Hello, everyone. My name is Laura, and I am the Grant Coordination Clerk for the HSI Early College Program.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nayeli Chaides, and I'm the Student Support Specialist for the HSI Early College Program. And
in this video, we're going to be walking you through how to apply for Sacramento City College so you can enroll in your classes. And I am starting at the homepage for Sac City College. So it's at scc.losrios.edu, and I'll hand it over to Nayeli to guide us through the steps.
yes, so Laura's going to be guiding us through the steps. So once you're on the main page, you're going to see the top ribbon at the top right, and you're going to go ahead and click apply. And then it's going to take you to this page. Typically, this page, we call it CCC Apply for short, but it's a California Community College's application. This application, you only submit it once in your whole California Community College's lifetime. So please make sure that before you get started, that you use your personal email, not a school email that you'll have access to for the remaining of ever. Because if you're ever thinking about applying to any other college within California, I believe that's like 116 colleges, you'll have to know the login credentials. So let's get started. You can go ahead and create an account, and then make sure that you use your personal email. You're going to receive a code to verify your identity and to keep your account secured. So Laura's going to go ahead and do that. And then we have everything ready. So here's the code. And it's going to come from a no reply number. So once you have that code, go back to your verify account and submit it. And then it'll take you like 3 steps to submit it. It takes about 2 minutes. So you have the email, you can put a phone number. Yeah, as you can see, it's not required. Yeah, for the video purposes, we're just gonna leave it like this. And then, yeah, so it's not required, so we can just leave it blank. And for the purposes of the account, because we're not putting in our information, we're going to specify that we are homeless. And please apply to or answer these questions as they apply to you. So go ahead and click next, and we're going to put our legal first name. So let's have fun with this. But please, again, this is just a test run to show you how to submit your account. So please submit it as it applies to you. If you have a preferred name, you can put that on there as well. And then our birthday. And it'll ask you twice. So just go ahead and make sure you pick your correct birth date. Again, we're doing a test run, so your passwords, we suggest to use something strong. So it has to not have your name. It has to be at least 8 characters in length, an uppercase letter, lowercase letter, and at least 1 number and a special character of the following. So let's see, perfect. So once you're in this place, sometimes it'll ask you to re-sign in, but it looks like it took you straight to the applications. This is going to be your CCC Apply homepage. So if you ever need to start a new application or review your application that you've submitted, and there will be reasons why you would need that, this is where you'll go. So once you're here, go ahead and click where it says start a new application. And then you're going to see these different steps. The first one is the enrollment information. So if you're going to be taking summer classes with us, make sure that you apply for summer 2022. And then for educational goal, I always tell students it doesn't really matter what you put on there, but you can choose any of the first two options. So obtain an associate's degree and transfer to a four-year institution, or transfer to a four-year institution without an associate's degree. And you can select from either two. For the intended major or program of study, it doesn't really matter if you don't know what you're interested in or what you're going to study. Just put something that you're maybe interested in, and then it could be anything except undecided. Go ahead and continue. So it's going to ask you if you've had any previous legal name. We're going to put no. And again, this is where you'll need your, you can scroll down, your social security number or your tax identification number, so that the college can link your accounts. So if you have a social security number, if you're a U.S. citizen, permanent resident, or have your DACA social security, this is where you will click yes, I have a social security number or tax ID number. And then you'll input it on there. If you do not have a social security number, that is completely fine. You can still submit your application, but then go ahead and click no, I don't have a social security number. And then it's just reminding you that it's not required to apply to Los Rios or to any California community college for that being. And then it also has a box that if you're only taking non-credit courses or an undocumented student or international student or a non-resident, or you have any other exemptions that you don't have a social security number or ITIN number. So yeah, if you don't have it, that's fine. If you do have it and you don't have access to it, you're still able to do this, but we typically don't recommend that since the system has to go back and manually input it. It takes a longer time to process your application. So if you do have your social or your tax identification number, please go ahead and ask your parent, your guardian, so that you can input it for your application. We can scroll down. Then you're going to have parent and guardian information. So please answer these questions as they apply to you. So we're going to, again, continue to pretend for the purposes of this recording. All right, and then it's going to ask you for a mailing address. For the purpose of this recording, we're going to say we have no mailing address because we're homeless. And then it's confirming. If that is the case, please go ahead and answer the questions as they apply to you. After here, we're going to continue. And this is where the most important answers to the questions become. Our program is free of cost, but in order for the system to recognize that you're a dually enrolled student, you have to answer these questions in the following manner. So for college enrollment status, as of July 1st, 2022, you'll have the following college enrollment status. So you're going to scroll down to the last option where it says you are enrolling in high school or lower grade and college at the same time. And then if you're watching this recording after the summer or after 2022, the date is going to change, but the answer will be the same. So it might say a different date based on the semester that you're applying to, but you're still going to have to answer enrolling in high school or lower grade and college at the same time. For high school education, it auto-populates it, so you don't have to click on it. And then even though it says current or most recent high school attended, you're going to select I attended high school. Once you're there, select the state, so California. And then you're going to enter the name or city of the last school or homeschool you attended. And then you'll make a selection. So it looks like it didn't come up. Let's try another one. Let's try CKM. Okay, let's say yeah, CK McClatchy. Huh, okay. Let's try Rosemont High School. And then space. High school. Click enter. Oh, sometimes the system has a glitch, and here's where you'll have to let's see. Yeah, we entered everything correctly. Click enter again and see if it comes up. Huh. Okay. Yeah, the system has glitches, so let's go ahead and continue and see if it'll bring us back. At the end, you're able to review your account. So here we'll check it again. So for high school transcript information, please select the grade that you either completed or that you're currently in. So we're going to say we're in 9th grade since we put 2008. And then for your GPA, you can do a guesstimate on here. So it can be 2.0, 3.0, whatever it may be. And then for the English class, go ahead and select it. Select the class that you're currently taking. So if, for example, you're in 9th grade, there's none of the above or you don't know, you can select that one. Same thing for math. What is the highest math course that you've passed or that you're currently in? And then we're just going to say none of the above or we don't know. For college education, so if you've ever typically the answer is no degree. You don't have a degree as of yet. And then for colleges of universities, if this is the first time attending college or earning any credits whatsoever from any college, you'll put none. If for some reason you've taken advanced education classes or taken classes at another college, you'll select how many colleges you've attended before. Yes, we must enter the high school. So click enter to see if it comes up. Okay. Enter Sacramento again. It doesn't let you.
No.
Okay. So scroll up to where it says click save.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. And then let's try to do it again.
Should I do Sacramento?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
There we go. Okay. Sometimes you just have to refresh the system or save it. So if anything like this happens, make sure you save your application and then it'll refresh. So let's just pick any school. So we're at the Met Charter High School and then scroll down. And then you're going to click continue. Here, it'll ask you about your residency status to establish if you're a California resident. So you'll select whatever applies to you. If you click U.S. citizen, it'll ask you, actually it doesn't ask you anything else because you already input it in the beginning. So we're just going to put other for the purposes of, again, for the purposes of the recording. And then go ahead and scroll down. And then for U.S. Military, dependent of military, again, answer as they apply to you. So none apply to me. And then continue. Yeah, you can click on documents. All right, on the box. Yeah. And then for California resident, so has your parent or guardian lived in California continuously since June 5th of 2020? Most likely the answer will be yes. And then typically the out-of-state activities don't apply. So you would leave these blank, but if they do, go ahead, answer them as they apply to you. And you may need your parent or guardian for the following questions, but yeah, you can just leave them blank. For special residency, it asks you questions. So at any time in the last 24 months, were you determined to be homeless by any of the following agencies? So a high school, emergency shelter, director of a runaway or homeless youth basic center or transitional living program. Because we answered yes in the previous answers, this one's already pre-selected for us. But again, answer them as they apply to you. And click continue. These are the supplemental questions. These questions, again, some of them will actually, these are needs and interests. I'm getting ahead of myself. So go ahead and click select if you're comfortable reading and writing English. And it doesn't matter what your financial situation is. I always tell students, select yes to receive information about free money, so money you never have to pay back. And then it's going to ask you if you're currently receiving TANF, CalWORKs, SSIS, or general assistance. Typically, if you don't know what these acronyms mean, the answer would be no, but you can go ahead and check with your parent or guardian, but we're going to select no. Even if you have an athletic interest, and you can answer freely, because you're going to be a dual enrolled student, not taking more than 6 units at a time, you won't be eligible to join any intercollegiate team or anything else, since you do have to be a full-time student, meaning 12 units or more. So we're going to select we're not interested. And then these programs and services are services that colleges typically have. So you'll see there that not all colleges offer the same program, but you can select anything you're interested in. So yeah, family counseling, DSPS, EOPS, ESL, I mean, anything that you're interested in, scholarships, online classes, tutoring, whatever it may be, go ahead and select it and then click continue. And that's going to ask you demographic information. So this is used for state and federal reporting purposes, and it's voluntary as well. So you can decline to state, or you can select as they apply to you. Then it's going to ask you for your parents' information in terms of education level. This is to determine whether or not you're a first-generation college student, meaning that neither of your parent or guardians have received a bachelor's degree in the United States. So even if your parent or guardian has a degree outside of the States and in their home country, if it has not been transcribed and it has not been like awarded the same degree, it would still be considered as if they don't, and you would still be considered a first-generation college student. So again, that was more info than it's asking, but it's just that's why it's asking what's the highest level of education for your parents. It's going to ask you your race and ethnicity, so go ahead and select this. It applies to you. and then click continue. Here are the supplemental questions that Sac City needs to gather for your application. So you can select your primary language, and it's already pre-populated to English, but if it's a different one, you can select it. We do have an emergency system on campus, so you're able to say on here if there's anything going on campus, you can select or opt in to get notifications. So we're just gonna put no for these for the recording of the purpose of recording, but again, do it as it applies to you. Your prior education, so what was your overall high school, what was or is your overall high school GPA? So we're just going to select 2.0 to 2.5. And then if you've ever completed any units at all, go ahead and click 0. So it's if you've ever completed any units, and this includes any units that are outside of Los Rios colleges. So if you attended any other college through advanced education and you earned any units, this is where you would put it. Typically, if this is the first time, it would be 0. It's asking additional citizenship information. So if you have a visa, you would select the country of citizenship. And if you have a guardian, please select your guardian's country of citizenship. And then the following questions are also required for state and federal reporting and to provide additional services for students. So this is where you'll want to ask your parent or guardian for this information. It's going to ask your parent's household gross annual income. So that's all of the income for all of the household members before taxes. And when you go ahead and click select, it'll give you a range. So you can select the range, or you can also decline to state. And then how many individuals in your household. So this includes yourself, your parent, guardian, any siblings, and then anyone that your parents are financially responsible to. Typically, they would find this on their taxes. And then again, you can also decline to state. And then if you're expecting to work any hours during the semester and during the week. So if you are working, you would select how many hours per week on top of high school and on top of the college classes that you'll be taking. So if it's part-time, it could be anywhere from 1 to 20 hours. Or if you're working over part-time, it's 20 to 29. Or if you're not seeking any employment, so yeah, select it as it applies to you. Again, these following questions, if you don't know the acronyms to them, most likely the answer is no. So we're not enrolled in Workforce Investment Act program. We are enrolling in fewer than 6 units this semester. So go ahead and click yes. And then, are you currently enrolled in another college in addition to Sac City College? If you're taking any other class in another college, go ahead and select yes. But if you're not, it's a no. And then, do you have a long-term objective to earn a certificate or degree at either 2 or 4-year college or university? I always tell students to put yes, but again, select it as it applies to you. And then these are the same questions from before. So yeah, you can click no, no, and then are you receiving benefits from any, yeah, no. And then most likely you're not a single parent. And the other question, are you a displaced homemaker? Typically that would be a no as well. So the next questions is you can select yes if you're interested in these additional programs and services. So if you have a 504 plan or you have an IEP, individualized educational plan at your high school, you would select yes for learning disabilities. And then please let us know when we're meeting in the following meetings so that we can refer you to the program that will give you accommodations. So go ahead and click yes. And then we don't want to know about work experience or internships. This following question is super, super, super important because if you ever forget your password or when you're meeting with me to set up your password for your student login, what we call e-services, you'll have to know the answers to these questions and you'll have to enter it as you're writing it here, whether it has a space, if it has a capital, whatever it is. It's super important that you write these down. Typically, I tell students email them to yourself so that you can keep them safe and then you have access to them. So go ahead and select your questions. We can select anything. So what is the street number of your house you grew up in? We're just gonna put California. It's California Street. Oh, sorry, street number, you're right, 100. Yeah, make sure you read it right, because if you put California, then you'll never get it right. So what's the last digits of your driver's license number? And then go ahead and click continue. This is where you will be able to review your responses. So if you're going through this quickly or if you're not sure about something, go ahead and click review application. And we want to make sure you're enrolling for summer 22. Go ahead and scroll down. That you are, continue to scroll down. For education, that you're enrolling in high school and or lower grade at the same time. You inputted your school. Go ahead. And then, we're just going to continue to scroll down. Continue to scroll down. Scroll down, scroll down. We're going to go all the way to the bottom of the page. And then make sure that you know the answers to the questions. So the response will be really important when you're creating your password. So you're before submitting, go ahead and scroll down. You're going to have to click that you consent to release information to the California Community Colleges system, which is safe. And then the last one is to submit your application. So you're checking on here that you're putting this information to the best of your ability and that the information applies to you. So you'll have to check both of them in order to submit it, and then you would submit application. So for the purpose of our recording, we will not be submitting an application, but this is where you would submit it, and then you'll get a confirmation code. And then once you get the confirmation code, you get an email to your to the email that you put on file, stating that, like, it'll say, welcome to Sac City College, here's your student ID number. But that's pretty much it. If you have any questions while you're submitting your application or after submission, please reach out to us to our general email, which, Laura, do you mind going to the main page?
Yeah.
If you go to the search tab and look for HSI, it's the first option, early college program, and you scroll down, our contact information is right here. So we have our email, we have our phone number. So if you have any questions, please reach out to us.
Yeah, thank you. And just as a reminder, this is just one of the steps to apply to our program. So you will also have to be submitting the dual enrollment packet application, which can be found at the bottom of our page as well. And I think that is it. But yeah, again, like Naomi said, if you have any questions, please reach out. We're more than happy to help. And yeah, I hope to see you in our program soon. Thank you.
Thank you all.